All right, everybody, welcome to the Mastermind December 13th on the top of the hour. Let's get rocking and rolling. Donna, since I know you're on the move, why don't you hit us with your wins really quickly? Then we'll go Ani, Jeff, and Billy when she hops in. So, Donna, can you unmute and hit us with your wins first? All right, Donna will have to unmute. Ani, you want to hit us with your wins? Hello, Billy. Ani, you want to hit us with wins first?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Well, I guess the biggest win for me, it's more kind of a personal win. Finally, just moved in, and kind of life is back to normal. So officially moved in to Rancho Santa Fe house as of yesterday. So that's kind of a win. And with business, I feel like that's going to be a really good environment for me to move forward and to stay focused. Being downtown was a little bit too social. So just that dynamic, shifting that, I think it's going to really focus me to where most of my clients are. It's La Jolla and North County. So I'm going to be right in the middle of it. So I'm really excited.
I love it. All right, perfect. Jeff, wins.
All right. We had a huge Black Friday sale that was very successful. And it was really important to me because I really want to prove how good we can do digital marketing because my partner wants to do feet on the street. Are you still there? I lost the picture of you.
We got you.
Can you?
Yep,
All
we can hear you.
Okay. And we're having a huge sale for Christmas that we're just starting on Friday. We got our safety certification from the certification house. That was about $100,000, and it took about a year to get. Extremely painful. We've got new positioning statements. We're having a Christmas party tomorrow, and coming out with some new keywords where we can start driving traffic to our site. And I want to get those to Billy so that we can get a quote from her on doing her magic for us.
Okay.
Billy, this is the part where you go like this.
It sounds very cool.
Thank you.
All right, Jeff, congratulations. You said a huge Black Friday sale. Was this A, the first time you've done it, and B, what were the actual numbers?
We sold $250,000 worth in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Are you kidding? So, all right, in 2 weeks. So tell me a little bit about this because that's obviously a huge campaign. Was that pent up demand of people who've been wanting it? You lowered price point and blast out. Like, what was the key?
Well, we surprisingly a lot of them were new sales as well. For people that we hadn't contacted in the past. Now that we have our lower price unit and we're advertising on a site for people with pain, we didn't get the tracking all the way through from the click to who purchased because we're using authorized.net, and when they put in the credit card, it takes them to a different site. So we can just kind of approximate how many sales we got from that, but not concrete. So we're working right now on, we're putting a different back end in, so we'll be able to track them. And this time of sale, we'll have a lot better deal. We did drop the price 20%. But we only doubled our advertising budget. So, we only spent about an extra six or eight K in advertising to generate probably an additional $200,000 in sales. So when it comes to this Christmas sale, we're going to triple or quadruple our ad spend. And I'm hoping we can sell at least 300,000 or more this Christmas.
All right. I love it. I love it.
Sorry, what channels did you use for advertisement?
Mostly Facebook. We're doing some click-through ads. We're doing a lot of ad roll retargeting.
Mm-hmm.
But Facebook seems to be our best bang for the buck.
Okay, I like it. I like it. And so I'm already seeing for Donna, I know you're driving, but I talked to you about this the other day, saying, what are you getting ready for not only distribution for this big, event that you have, but what are you doing for a Christmas, package or something like that? Because there's sales that can happen there. and then Billy will come back to you. So Donnie, can you give us your quick wins?
Yeah, I did the World Food Championships. On our way back, I talked to a friend of mine who is connected to the mayor, and we put in a proposal to bring the World Food Championships to Dallas, which has been accepted, and we're just negotiating what the final dollar amount will be, but it's 30,000 people coming to the city of Dallas for like 12 days. And so it'll start in 2018. We'll do all of the regional competitions.
Oh, we lost her.
And
oh, okay. Now you're back.
So, did you hear me?
Yeah, 2018, it'd be regional competitions.
Yeah, and then they're also adding to it a world jelly competition. So the Jelly Queens will get to be the sponsor of a worldwide jelly competition.
I love it. So you also mentioned to me that there's a potential that this could be held in the Dallas Cowboy football stadium, right?
Yeah, we've talked to the Dallas Cowboys. We've also talked to the Cotton Bowl, and so it'll be in one of those two stadiums. It's considered food sport, so it takes place in an arena. We have referees instead of referees, and they throw flags. There's penalties if you don't do the right thing, and so it's run just like a sporting event is.
I love it. I love it. So the sponsorship opportunities here, the positioning and branding is massive. We talked about distribution, that you work into your sponsorship package, that let's say Whole Foods is one of the major sponsors, that they have to buy a certain allotment of Jelly Queens products so that you're monetizing and getting distribution as part of this bigger deal, because that's a key to your product line is, and you said Williams-Sonoma potentially or Whole Foods or whatever, but I would think through, because this is running a massive event and exposure is one thing, but getting a guaranteed product sale is even better. So let's wrap that into this whole package.
I thought that was a great idea. So
I mean, you could do $1 million in product just on this and get shelf space and media. Yeah, I can't even say that 10 times fast. All right.
So that's kind of my big win. So we kind of took our advertising dollars and just put all of it into this event. And we have lots of friends who do little ads all over town, but this kind of just catapulted everything. So it was just one of the best things we've ever done.
And you got media and everything. You're doing what with the media?
We've got film, we've got photographs, and so we're just slowly releasing all the different things of people cooking with the product, because the chefs were all required to use the jelly in their winning dishes. And so we actually have people from, like 10 different states and countries, kind of a combination, that are being promoted by using our product. So it's kind of a back and forth thing.
All right. And last piece, I know we went a little over here, but you have a new product. Can we talk about that?
Yeah. We are doing CBD chocolate. That is off the charts. It's really like one of the best things I've ever eaten. It's just crazy. And so that we'll go into production on that next week. We have a national distributor for it, and it'll be sold in gift shops and novelty shops, health food stores, vape shops. But it works really good. So it helps you relax and helps you sleep good and relieves pain, and it tastes good, and it's made with all natural ingredients, which a lot of the competitors are kind of using junk, like gummy bears and that kind of stuff. And so this is all really good, fine chocolate and, all nice ingredients. So that's it.
I love it. So a lot in there. That's fantastic wins. And you know, maybe we can slip a few of the THC in with the CBD and have some, no, I'm kidding. All right, Billy, now I want to, before you share, Billy, can I share the conversation that we had?
Yeah, sure.
All right, and Ani, Jeff, and Donna, I want you to understand where Billy is in her entrepreneurial pathway, because she's obviously brand new starting. She made a big investment to come into this mastermind. And before I get her to share, Ani, Jeff, and Donna, in starting up your first business, did you ever have fear, doubt, anxiety, stress show up? Right?
Parcel of starting a business.
Okay, so Billy calls me going, I got to leave the program. I got to get out. Everybody's way ahead of me. I can't do this. I'm stressed out. And I goes, is this a cash flow issue? She goes, yeah. And I said, welcome to being an entrepreneur. You're in the game. And that's the first part. So I want you to know that it happens in the beginning. It will happen again. And you will continue to have that fear-based response until you learn that you're always going to have the ups and downs in the business, and until you learn that fear only happens when we project a future that we don't want. So the key to mastering as an entrepreneur, the mindset is to shift from the future you don't want to the future vision that you do want. And the moment you do that, fear can't exist. Fear can only happen when you're thinking about a future that you don't want. Okay? So that's an indicator. I learned that when I had my auto accidents. So what I realized is when one of my cars was spinning out of control over an icy road, down an embankment, almost up into an oncoming semi, I would have been dead. The car stopped, but the whole experience was in slow motion and I had no fear, none. And I realized it's because I was completely in the present. I wasn't worried about being hit. I was just in it. And then I went back to my entrepreneurial ventures and I went, the only time that fear can even be present is when I'm thinking about the future and when I'm worried about a future I don't want. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So let's share now, because
okay, you know that I am doing meditation, and I am my hobby is also neuroscience. So I know everything about the mind, know everything, but I'm reading a lot and doing also the workshop about the mind, the brain waves, the fears, all the waves, what happens in the brain. So I know the mechanism, and that we can also overcome the mechanism, and that we are actually projecting something from the past into the future. And you are right, when you're in the present moment, it does not exist, for sure. However, I took the massive action. So I accepted your challenge, so I took the massive action, and now I'm also trying to make the sense of that, how I can put that in one process, the sales process. So, for example, I'm also doing one presentation, so I can know in order to increase the leads, which are the strategies, which are the channels, which are the tactics. I started also with something online. I started with LinkedIn, because I have a lot of contacts also on LinkedIn, and also I upgraded my profile to the major level, so I can contact whom I want. I created one free website review that people on the LinkedIn, they can go through my LinkedIn profile and do the review of their website in the automatic way, so I can get in touch actually with them. I created, after that, when I get in touch with them, I created one 3-step sales process. So with the leads whom I want to contact, it will be one process in 3 steps to contact them 3 times now, in order to get them on board. That is one channel. Let's say. So that is the LinkedIn channel. Then I started with my network. With my network, I contacted some marketing agency, local marketing agencies. Some of them some of them where I have really, really good relationships, I went on the referral program. So I will help them to have the SEO consulting and with some small things on page optimization in order to have the clients from them, so they can refer me to other clients. So with 3 paying clients, I will do some things for them, let's say. So it's the referral program. With some agencies, other 2 or 3 agencies that I contacted, 2 here and one in Milan. I will go for the joint venture because they are offering the services that are complementary to mine, because I am specialized for time being in the SEO services, and they are doing the digital marketing 360 degrees, but they are not specialized, because the knowledge that I have is really, really specialized. And I know that I have like the formula, like to have, when you have the numbers of the safe, no? But a lot of people, they maybe know the numbers, but they do not know how to put that numbers in order to open the safe. So with the webinars that I did for 1 year, I know that I have really particular knowledge compared to many others. So I had 2, 3, I don't even remember how many agencies. I wrote everything, 3 agencies with for the joint venture. So with today I got from one agency, I got 2 discovery form to analyze from one agency, and with other 2, they are in Milan area. They are not in my area. I have still to meet, but however, I am in contact with them, and they are willing to see, and they understood that we can cooperate together.
All right, so let me share some.
A lot of things.
No, it's good, and I think what we do in the future is you email me that list so I can look at the list. But I want to. We talked about this, in the conversation we had, and I wanted to show you and remind Ani, Jeff, and Donna about this. Do you remember what we talked about? I told you we were going to discuss something.
Yeah, about the actions, the list.
Yep. But there's a concept that I want to make sure everybody on here understands.
The cash flow that you told me that will show where the cash flow is, or something like that.
Yeah. So let me. I'm going to expand my screen for a second here, so that you guys can all see this. Click on my picture and it should make it full screen. Does that make it full screen? Can you see me full screen or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is something that I know some of you guys know this, but Billy doesn't know this, and this is really important. When you look at all the activities that you just listed out, now what we have to do is to ask ourselves, what's closest to the cash? Okay, so remember this, Jeff?
Uh-huh.
All right. So this concept is that there are thousands of things that we could do in our business. And it helps to understand that this is a drill down of the core business, right? So remember the core business wheel where you've got marketing and sales up here at the top. And the reason it's at the top, because that's the driver of the business. This is what, marketing and sales drives it. Well, now you bring it down and you say, all right, what are all the things that I'm doing in my business? And the key to this is to be able to understand how to prioritize your activities by the highest income generating activities. So Billy, and I'm going to ask each of you to do this. I want to know for each of you, what is the closest to the cash? There's tons of things you can do, but each one of your business has something that's closest to the cash. What's closest to the cash in every business is when a credit card or a bank account hits. Okay? So in Jeff's case, for example, when somebody hits his website, they hit the shopping cart and they hit order and they buy one of his devices, that's what's closest to the cash. Okay? When he's at a trade show and somebody pulls out a credit card form and buys it, that's what's closest to the cash. Now, when he's working on a certification, that's way out here. When he's redesigning a website, that's way out here. When he's talking to somebody about SEO, which is traffic, that's way out here. So of the activities that each of you do in your business, you have to know what is closest to the cash. It's the point at which a transaction takes place. Mm-hmm. A product or service is sold. Everything else needs to be prioritized in this radius. Okay? Mm-hmm. And you can prioritize by, what's the highest closest to cash. So, Ani, mm-hmm. What's closest to cash in your design biz?
So I had a meeting and with someone that used to work at a bank. He would do the legal contracts, and he's going to connect me to his boss that works with designers. And so it's strictly working on commercial designs. And so it's basically like establishing relationships with a lead generator
that's not closest to the cash. So where does that go? That goes out here. So lead gen.
Yeah.
Lead gen is actually out here. Mm-hmm. Okay? So you have lead gen, or in this case, you're talking about joint ventures, right? Or whatever the relationship is. Mm-hmm. From a lead gen, it comes down into a proposal. Mm-hmm. All right. And the proposal comes to a signing. So when somebody signs, actually, proposal and signing is not even the closest. It's that first deposit, right? So at the point when you take a credit card or a check and it hits your bank account, that's what's closest to the cash. These are all steps to get you there. Mm-hmm. So if I looked at your calendar this week and I said, either you or your salesperson, how many first deposit appointments are there? Mm-hmm. That's the indicator. Mm-hmm. All right. So let me come back. Jeff, in yours, closest to the cash. Can't. You're muted.
Well, we're having a big sale starting on Friday. So to me, that's like a great way to see the bank account grow.
Okay. So, all right. So let's talk through the process, because I'm just trying to get everybody's psychology down so you understand in your mind what's close to the cash. So when you do that sale, is it online or offline or both?
Online.
It's online. Okay. So for you, it's the order form, right? So when somebody, I'll do it up here. So this is Jeff. So when you have an order form, when somebody's on your order form and they have the ability to submit their credit card, right? What's the precursor to that?
Getting them to click on a link.
So actually, they have a landing page. Don't you have a sales landing page that shows the product?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's landing page. Okay, and the precursor to the landing page might be the ad.
Or an email blast.
Okay, perfect. So email or ad to landing page to order form. Because at the order form is where the ding, it hits the merchant account, and merchant account hits the bank account. This is I always reverse from this number right here, which is the bank account. Okay. When a check gets deposited or a merchant signal hits, that's closest to the cash. Okay. And you reverse out. Now this is Jeff. This is just your online pathway. Okay. Now, outside of here, you've got build the website, hire designer, hire sales copyright, all the way out here. And what happens, Billy, the reason that I'm wanting everybody to look at it this way is if you don't look from the center out, you can get caught in 1,000 activities and think you're building your business.
Mhm.
Right?
Run out of cash.
And so, yeah.
This is the second reason why startups fail.
Yes. Yes. And so for the entrepreneur, we always have to ask what's closest to the cash. Jen will tell you, I'm constantly asking what's closest to the cash today. Oh, it's a mastery renewals. Oh, okay. Well, what's closer to the cash? I need to have a phone call with the 6 people, put them on my calendar. That's closest to cash. What's next closest to cash, right? And you move out and you prioritize. Where's the cash in the company?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And it's easy for me to get caught into creating a new course or buffing up a course or building a new website or doing a joint venture deal. Those are all important, but you always have to know, and I should be able to call each one of you. I should be able to call Donna and say, what's closest to the cash today in your business? Well, we are, what's that?
Biscuits.
Biscuits. Say more.
Well, I come up with this new biscuit recipe, and everybody who eats them buys like huge trays of them. And Bruce said, "Why are you concentrating so much on the biscuits?" And I said, "Because the money is just pouring in with biscuits, and everybody buys a thing of jelly with the biscuits." And so it's like, if I can get someone to taste the biscuits, they buy 4 jars of jelly and a pan of these incredible biscuits.
Okay, so let me ask this, Donna. Where's the biscuit tasting happening? Shit, we lost her. So to me, that's a tasting. Is she back? All right, we'll come back to Donna when she gets in here. Billy, okay?
Okay.
For you, what's closest to the cash?
Direct sales through networking.
What's that?
Direct sales through the networking. For example, through my network. No, today I called no.
No, networking is out here. Okay, so networking is way out on the outer ring, because in order for you to network, right, then what's next? So somebody, all right, we're at an event, we're networking, right? What do you have to do then to get to a register ringing or a check depositing?
Send them to do the form.
What form?
The discovery form. No.
See it. So discovery form.
Yeah.
And then then you have the audit.
Yes, audit proposal. Yeah.
Yeah, audit. And then from there it's proposal. And once the proposal, then it's a deposit, right?
Yeah.
So the deposit, just like Ani's business, you can deposit a deposit. You can't deposit a network. You can't put a network in your bank account. Okay? Mm-hmm. Remember, all of you should have this. That means you got paid. That's the sound. That's the sound of something going in your bank account.
Okay.
Right
I love this.
All right. Everything else is leading to this event. You have to think from here out. You have to think when I look at when I get a notification from my bank account that a check was deposited or currency or Bitcoin or whatever the hell it is goes in, I got paid. What are all the steps prior to getting paid? Right? Everybody get the concept?
Yep.
Okay. We have to think like this, because as Jeff mentioned, right? Cash flow to your business is like oxygen to the body. Cash flow to the business is like oxygen to the body. You have to come from inside and work out. And most entrepreneurs are looking at all the things I have to do in marketing, sales, technology, operations, HR, and legal, and they get distracted from this right here. Okay? So the more of these events that you have on this first ring, and the more of these events you have, and then the more of these and these, the more profits you have in your business. And each product line has that. So when I said, come to the call, no, I sent that to the other mastermind, come to the call with one product, how can you take $1 for one product or service that solves one problem? When you know that, then you can scale your biz. So comments or questions on this? What's closest to the cash?
I love that.
All right, so Donna, we didn't get yours. You were saying something about tasting trays. So
what is happening in Dallas is that people are not shopping in the stores. All of these women have gathered together and are putting together little stores in their big mansions all over town. So at least 3 times a week since Thanksgiving, we have been in some luxurious house selling our product full retail, which is where we make the most money. The more times we can sell it full retail, the better off we are. Selling it to a grocery store is not the best thing. And so we've just been doing all of these parties. It's been unbelievable, but someone said that this is happening nationally, that people are tired of, big box shopping and department store shopping for their gifts.
So let me ask this, because you're doing home parties. Is somebody taking an order form at that party?
Well, we've done both. We have live product that's ready for somebody to eat right on the spot, to take home and fix something with it, and we're taking orders. And so like on the 22nd of December, right now we probably have 30 people coming to pick up stuff for their Christmas breakfast.
You've got a direct sales company.
Yeah, all of a sudden it just completely changed.
Are you multi-leveling this?
No, it's just been since Thanksgiving. So it's just that all of these women, there are people there who are making candles and jewelry and clothes and jelly and pies and just kind of anything that a woman could make, and everybody's doing it in somebody's fabulous house.
Okay, so this is a channel called the Home Party. This is pretty well done by Tupperware and
Right.
But you don't have a compensation model where you're incentivizing these women to do it. They're packaging it in with all the other stuff they're doing.
Yeah, it's like one of the houses we did it as a showing for a new real estate situation. It was like a $3 million house. All of the women came in, everybody took a room and had their product in that room. And at the same time, the real estate agent had hundreds of women come through the house in the course of 2 days.
I got it. It's the same thing we do at Power. So I love it. You're leveraging a model home or a really nice home. You've got the real estate agents. You've got all kinds of people showing their stuff. You're gathering. So you're really doing a co-op home party. Your product's there.
Yeah.
People can order that along with other people. So that's an event. I call it event marketing.
Okay.
And if people can fill out an order form and purchase your product there, that's a sales opportunity. Once those order forms are processed, that's closest to the cash. Or if they're giving you checks and you deposit those checks in the bank, that's closest to the cash. Is that right?
Right. So
Okay.
they pay for their product in advance. So it affects us in 2 really good ways. They pay for anything they're ordering in advance right there on that day. So it's a secured sale. But they have to come to the Jelly Kitchen to pick it up. So when they come to the Jelly Kitchen, everyone has bought like $100 more stuff. And that may not sound like very much, but you have to take into consideration we have a $10 product. So when someone comes in and buys 10 jars of jelly and picks up a pan of biscuits, it's a really good sale for us.
All right. I love this. You're driving them from one location to the next for an upsell opportunity. At that opportunity, are you also then doing gifts for friends? Can you say, hey, if you just give us the names and addresses of your friends, put a checkbox, we'll get them, jelly things for Christmas, birthday parties.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have all of the gifts and the gift boxes all set up there, and we deliver stuff all over town.
You're delivering that?
Well, we're sharing delivery because we have several different companies in the jelly shop now. So it's like when they come in, they buy a little bit of everybody's stuff: caramels, pies, biscuits, jelly, soup. So we have a bunch of different crafters in here now, and in January we're just going to open as a regular store.
I got it. Okay, so your store. Okay, I see where you're headed with this. So you've got online and you've got brick and mortar, but you've got virtual events that'll drive to both online and brick and mortar. So
right.
Okay, so your creativity can create complexity, as I know you know. So I'm going to want to look at the whole business and look at what's the most profitable product line and what's the best point of sale for that. So I love the experience you're doing. I think it's fantastic. I also just, I need to know in my own head, so that we're not chasing 100 rabbits, how you can scale this thing. But I'm hearing what's closest to the cash is the order form, online or offline. And everything else you're doing, from creating new recipes to building a website to running, this big Dallas Cowboy stadium contest, the cooking, what was it called? The cooking what?
Food Championships.
World Food Championship. All of that is out here. That's a marketing event. That can also be a sales event and a JV event. But this is what's closest to the cash today.
Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody clear now? If I came back tomorrow and I said, all right, what are you doing that's closest to the cash today? How many closest to the cash events do you have on your calendar that will ring the register? Whether it's you or your team or going around the world, how many of those events do you have so we could get projected cash flow? Is everybody clear on that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
And, I'm really excited about what Donna was saying about those events. They seem to be very close to the cash. I'm talking about the events in the big expensive houses. I would love to hear a little bit more from her when we get a chance to have her tell us how she got that going, because that seems like something that my company could really, that I've been dreaming about for a long time. And I'd love to hear from her how she mechanized that. So if not today, hopefully sometime soon, or maybe I can connect with Donna straight up.
Yeah, of course, Jeff, call me. The thing about it is, at these events, there are things as expensive as $10,000 paintings and, multiple $1,000 jewelry, all the way down to grab a jar of jelly. So it's a very wide range of products that are being sold at these home shows.
Yeah, and where we live, up and down the coast, there's $3, $5, $10 million houses all over the place, and these people, they have everything, but they could use a rapid release. I mean, every single person that goes to these events would love to have a rapid release. It's kind of the gift that for somebody that has everything. So, especially at this time of year. So I wish we had it implemented this year, but I would love to hear from you more. And, by this time next year, I want to have 20 of these events going on in December.
I love it. Cool. I love it. All right, so let's do this because we're making requests now. Why don't you two hook up offline for that? Okay. I want to make sure that I know for each of you what we're going to focus on. I also want to introduce you today to the business blueprint spreadsheet, which is how we're going to measure the success of each of you in this mastermind. So that's on the agenda. Let me make sure, because Jen was saying go over the product roadmap funnel with the goal of identifying the first offer to make the first dollar. We kind of started that with closest to the cash. Okay, but each of you has a product roadmap funnel that says, the concept is, if you could only sell one thing today and it was your highest, Jen's saying the blueprint is next week. Well, I can show it I'm going to show them it this week, Jen, and then we'll make it available next week. because I want them to start thinking about that. If you could only sell one product that solves one problem for one customer or one avatar, and it was your highest product, highest margin product, what would that be? Okay, so one product that solves one problem for one avatar, and it's your highest margin product or service, what would that be? If we had to build your whole company on one, what would it be? Ani?
Full service design, full service.
Okay, so give me a second. Okay, so Ani is full service, and how much is that? Give me a ballpark.
It can go from 4 to 8,000 just to start with services, and then it can commissions can roll out after with purchasing another 4 to 6,000.
Okay, 4 to 6K on products. Okay, I like that. And who's the ideal avatar?
It would be somebody that wants to remodel their home or
High-end homes.
high-end homes.
Okay, and what's the problem you solve?
Is increasing the market value to their home. So
Is that really why they buy?
if they want to sell it, if they're looking to flip and to sell, they do invest in remodeling services.
Interesting. I didn't think that was your. I get that, but that's
It's part of it. Mm-hmm. And then also just to feel more, to have a more beautiful home, to upgrade.
Yeah. Who's okay? They're two different avatars, two different problems.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, remember, if I could only run one ad
Oh yeah.
to one avatar and sell one product or service, and it was my highest price, you just split me.
I did. So not to resell, because usually those, they want to save money because they're trying to flip to convert. So then it would be more people that want just a more beautiful home that they've been waiting for, refreshing. Maybe it's
They want to upgrade their environment.
upgrade the environment. Yeah.
That's really what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense to me. And you're dealing I learned a long time ago, people will spend more money on what they want than they will on what they need. People don't like spending money on what they need. I learned this from a guy who used to sell toys. And he goes, dude, you got to get selling the toy business because people spend more money on, and it was jet skis and things like that. He goes, man, if somebody wants something, they will find a way. When they need something, they'll find an excuse. And I know it sounds weird, but that's it. So one ad to solve one problem. The problem is they're tired and tolerating a crappy environment or an old environment, maybe.
I've got a question for Ani. I know you probably get a lot of business through referrals. What type of customer is the one that gives you the most referrals? I would think that if it was like a real estate agent, for example, that you sold a $8,000 or $10,000 package to, that might turn into 5 or 10 more opportunities for you. Is there some kind of avatar that is optimum for referrals?
Is there something that's optimum for referrals? Like where?
No,
what type of customer for you is you want someone that's connected. Like I know if I sell my product to a woman that loves to talk to all her friends, that they'll send up 5 more units. And I'd imagine there's an ideal avatar for you that is very well connected, that has a lot of friends, like say a real estate agent. If you get in there and help them out with their home, they're going to be talking about it to all their clients that all own homes. So there's probably some kind of an ideal avatar And it's not just, the price and the service that you're giving them, but who you're giving that to that could lead to 5 or 10 more clients.
Got it.
As a matter of fact, Ani, I'm repositioning Power that we're going after 100,000 real estate agents next year. And the reason is the real estate agents have our client, which is the homeowner. And for us, we're going to regenerate the 125 million homes in the US, meaning we're going to put panels, batteries, LEDs, HVACs, smart appliances in all the existing homes. And then we're building another division. This is not public knowledge, by the way. That's called Power Regenerate. So we're going to regenerate the modern home to make it more sustainable, or not the modern home, but the homes. There's 125 million homes in the US, okay, that all need to be retrofitted for sustainability. We're launching another division that's going to be called Power Innovate, and it's new construction with homes that are 110 to 150% sustainable, meaning they produce more energy than they actually consume, and all the materials and everything. So Jeff's right. The people who are going to be selling those homes are the real estate agents, and there's 2 million of them in US and Canada. So if you had them as your referral engine, as one of your strategies, now you know the target, one of your customers is actually the agent who has the contact with the homeowners to get you the referrals, right?
And so even if you had to give them a little better price, maybe 20% better, and give them ultimate service, make sure that what you do for them, they're going to be talking about. And that could turn into a lot more business for you.
I love it, Jeff. That's brilliant. Okay. So again, Ani, the key here to get momentum, always think through the power of one ad that solves one problem, sells one product or service to one avatar. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You got it. Okay. Let's go to Billy real quick, because I know Billy, the clearer you are on this, the faster you can get to cash flow positive in your business. You're in startup. We need to get you your first client. So what's
services SEO service. SEO service, and it's however it's annual. If the best avatar should be the person who has the difficult keywords, so it's a long-term agreement. No, if I'm going from 1 month, it can take for the very competitive keywords from 9 months to 1 year to position the website. But I'm not clear now for who is that person, or who can be the avatar or on of that.
Well, you've got one sitting right here. Okay. So Jeff is a business owner. You sell to the business owner, right?
Yes, that is clear. No, that also when I'm contacting people now through the LinkedIn, I am just contacting SEOs and the founders. I am not contacting the marketing, the second person, just the first person to get in touch. So that's for sure. But there are the difference between the businesses, of course, the niche. No, that I was thinking about the avatar business owner in general. Then it's okay.
Well, there's the sub niche. So we've talked about that. It's businesses that are making a positive impact. So Jeff's company is a fit. In other words, if I had a tobacco company, would you work for me?
Which company?
Tobacco.
No, tobacco. No.
All right. So you want to help. So the problem you're solving, let's go problem solve first. What's the problem that the business owner has?
I can make them having more revenues.
That's the solution. That's not the problem. What's
having more clients?
Yeah. So the problem is that they need more clients from search or online.
From search, or in general, they can organize, they can concentrate on other things also to on the strategy on how to develop the business, not on searching the clients.
Right. So the problem though, and Jeff, help us out here. The problem is they've got revenue goals that they want to hit, and their online SEO is not driving sales
Mm-hmm.
at the level that it could be. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a gap between where they are and where they could be.
Yeah.
Is that right, Jeff?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because SEO should be money-making machine, so that money are coming to the business. So that is the goal.
Okay, so we have to figure out how to communicate that.
And one of my suggestion would be if she works with us, she does a great job for us, and she makes a case study that she puts on her website. Hey, I came to Rapid Release. Their revenues were $3 million. I got 3 keywords from them, and I put them in the top, search whatever, and now their revenues are $4.5 million. Something like that, and then that they can contact me, her potential customers, and I can vouch for an ideal customer.
That's a marketing channel case study. Agreed, 100%. So what but again, the problem that you solve is either the small business owner or the marketing VP of marketing needs more clients from online search. Is that right?
Yes.
So if we say small business owner, let's start with that. And it's probably, at a certain stage, that's your avatar. Okay. So I'm going to go with you, avatar first. The problem that they have is it's actually, I think we need to say that online sales are not at their potential.
We need to increase online sales.
Yes. More clients from online sales. The solution then, or the service, one solution is a SEO contract for 12 months.
Yes.
Is that clear?
Yep.
So that contract, there's a contract in between the proposal and the deposit. That's the proposal / contract. You have to make the presentation of the proposal. It's the same thing we're doing in solar, right? So we have 4,200 people that can submit a homeowner with an electric bill into our system. Well, that's a lead. And then we have a qualifier who qualifies that lead to make sure that it's worth us building a proposal, the mock-up of the house with the panels and the energy bill. Then it goes to the contract, or the proposal is designed. Then it's presented to the homeowner. The presentation is a triggering point because the solar provider pays us for that appointment / proposal. And then at the contract, then the financing, then the installation. So we have our step-by-step. The problem that we solve is a homeowner is paying too much for electricity. Right? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So for you, that's your process. Everything else you're doing in your business is to get you to signing a contract. And then you've got all the delivery stuff you do afterwards. But everything you do here is to present and get a contract signed with a deposit. Okay? Any questions on that? Did I lose you?
No, you did. No, I'm thinking no. So because I started with different channels also, and to get to this avatar, should I go with all these channels or just with some of them? One.
Here's my philosophy on this. The more dispersed your energy gets out here, the less likely you are to get to the cash. Okay.
But I do not have clear which is for time being, which can be the channel, right channel for time being.
I can tell you, you've got one sitting on this webinar.
Yeah.
That's it. So you need to go through the process with Jeff, and Jeff's going to help you. He's going to go through obviously with his business head on, which is I want to make sure it's the best price. That's what he needs to do. But he can also help you in the mastermind here. Go, here's my experience, and here's how I would present.
Okay. And I do have some feedback for you on your presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to make your present. And by the way, Billy, you may or may not be the right person to even present.
Yeah.
At some point, we've talked about you scaling your business. You'll need a salesperson who presents because you're talking to an English-speaking person.
Sure.
Just that barrier itself and the speed at which you talk and the dialect makes it more difficult for that consumer to understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So we need to look at this as you, the business owner. Now you're doing the same.
It's the same problem also with the Italian. Okay, my Italian is much better. It's almost, but however you can perceive the accent. Yeah.
Your Italian's, your English is better than my Italian. I can promise you that. Okay.
So Billy, if I could be real quick and give you some, the key points that you're talking about in your presentation, I would love to see those as subtitles underneath and maybe flashing. So it's like, here's 3 keywords or something, and this can increase your revenues X amount. And the key points that you're talking about, it'd be great if you had some subscripts so that it would really drive it home to me. And one other point I'd like to make is that getting a marquee customer would be very important for you. So if you got like a customer in Italy, for example, that everyone knows about, just say Ferrari or something like that. And then that all of a sudden makes you 10 times more marketable because you've got the Ferrari account. Oh, if she's got Ferrari, I'll give her my money. So I think you need like a marquee account would really help you.
Okay. I have got a hard stop in 120 seconds. I'm going to invite each of you into a Voxer group. Okay. So that we can continue through the week. It's audio. In our app, we have the text. Let me ask this. I'll ask. Do you guys want to continue this conversation in our Ultimate Life Mastermind chat, or do we want to open up a Voxer group? But I want to keep our momentum going around the products and sales.
I'd probably prefer Voxer because it's so easy for me to just say, here's what my avatar is and here's who I want to sell to. If I had one product and one customer. It's much easier than typing it into your phone.
Anybody else have an objection to Voxer? I use Voxer constantly. Okay, so I'll invite each of you to Voxer. It's a free app. It allows us to do voice and text. I'll make a group just for this mastermind group. And then I really want us this week to focus on closest to the cash. It's really a mindset shift. And I want to know, here's how many people hit my order form. Here's how many people, I'm in front of to get a deposit signed. Okay? Like that needs to be the conversation, and everything else you're doing needs to be put into that perspective. So when we present our wins, we present them from here out.
Okay.
This is critical for us to shift the focus from all the activities happening out here to the activities from here to here to here. And if you have 0 activities, then you go, wait a second, 0 activity means 0 cash. Right? Okay. Awesome. So let's rock and roll. Everybody ready to wrap?
Yes, good call.
All right, game on. Love you guys.
Thank you.
All right, bye now.